Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Hunter Malaki from Amideast main office in Erbil. I'm here to present an excellent opportunity, which is Fulbright Visiting Scholar Program. It is a 10-week non-degree program to send scholars of the Iraqi universities to the United States for the period of 10 weeks. So this program is called Fulbright Visiting Scholar Program, and it is sponsored by U.S. government, Department of State, and it is administered by Amideast. So Amideast does the promotion of the program, is involved in selection process, assisting with interview process, and then up to travel logistics when nominees depart the country. So for this program, eligible fields of study are engineering, science and technology, and linguistics, and specifically teaching of English as a foreign language. So this is not only an academic program. This program affords other opportunities for nominees, such as cultural exchange experience. So this program, the Fulbright program, is running since 1946. And it is running in 160 countries. So since its inception to date, around 500,000 alumni have benefited from this program. And it awards 8,000 grants annually. So this is a 10-week non-degree professional and faculty development program. So within this program, you will not get any academic accreditation. It's not to gain a degree, but it's to gain cultural experience and then having the opportunity for mentorship, faculty development, curriculum development, and inventing or new learning about new research methods and new teaching methods, but not to conduct an individual research. So in the next slides, I will share with you the other eligible sub-specializations under engineering, science and technology, and TEFL. So we would like to, in the last bullet point, it says this is not a research program, and we always want to relate the fact that it is not a research program, and many times applicants mistakenly upload a research paper in lieu of a study plan in their application. So we want to clarify this very well, so to save your time and efforts. So this is not a research program, but participants will be introduced to new research methods in their fields. For example, new research methods in engineering, or new research methods in science and technology, and so on. So it's clear that when an individual travels to the United States under a Fulbright program, it will benefit them on a personal level, and it's a definite fact. And then it will benefit their faculty, their university, and then ultimately it should contribute to the higher education capacity in scholars' home country. So also, as we mentioned, this is not only an academic program, so and it's also a cultural exchange program as well. So another objective of the program is to develop cultural, cross-cultural understanding between the U.S. and other nations. So if you will be lucky enough to be considered as a Fulbrighter, and then you'll be having a chance to socialize with Americans, to tell them about your country, your culture, your norms and traditions, and then telling Americans about your culture, and on the other hand, learning about their culture and their higher education system. So it will be a very good chance for you to correct misconceptions about your country and get right info about the United States from there, because it's different when you hear about a country and then experiencing it yourself and getting your first-hand experience. And we have an example here today. Is Ustad Zuhair Al-Fais, who was returned from who's repatriated alumnus from the Fulbright program in 2019. Later on, we'll be inviting him to the stage to share his first-hand experience with you, and even like to get back to your questions related to life and study in the US, because he has been there and he is the best. So also another objective of the program is fostering institutional linkage between universities in your home country and with the universities in the United States. So you can create connections, create links, and it's not only within your university, but other universities in Iraq and with US institutions. So even if you return from the program, alumni development grants, we call them ADGs, so you will be able to get benefit from them. So you'll be able to sustain a relationship with your professors and your host institution. In future, you'll be able to conduct research. You'll be able to participate in an alumni development grant or any other activity which will be made available for only Fulbrighters. So for engineering, subspecializations are mechanical engineering that are eligible, computer engineering, and systems engineering, and so on. For science and technologies, biology, chemistry, physics, mathematics, GIS, and so on. And another eligible field of study is TEFL, which is teaching of English as a foreign language. So for each cohort, 15 scholars will be selected. 5 scholars will be selected. So a total of 15 scholars will be selected in Iraq. So what are the program benefits? So when it comes to saying benefits, there are monetary and non-monetary benefits. So starting with, it will help build higher education capacity in Iraq. So we mentioned this, how it helps the higher education capacity in the home country. Developing a network of American colleagues and forge new relationship between Iraqi and American universities. This is another benefit for you. You will be able to improve teaching methods and develop new curriculum through observation and mentorship. So this is very important for you to mention in your study plan. Like, for example, what do you want to do within the program while you are in the United States? For example, if you see a gap within your faculty, like you want to invent something new or you want to improve something in place, so you can mention this. So this is like, for example, you are intending to improve the curriculum, or you're trying to propose how to use technology in the classroom, or to invent new assessment methods. So these are all benefits for you, and these are things that can be mentioned in your study plan. So another benefit of the program is experiencing American culture and academia firsthand while sharing Iraqi culture and perspective. And you will be cultural ambassador. People will know your country through you. Americans will be relying on you. Even it happens sometimes when individuals from the on campus or from the host country will ask you to deliver a presentation about your home country. Let's say cuisine, lifestyle, or different aspects of your home country. And promoting mutual understanding and cooperation between people of Iraq and the United States is another benefit. And then, as we mentioned, around 500,000 of alumni are there now. So if you will be a Fulbrighter, it's another benefit for you that you will be having you will be able to join this the elite, this group or network of elite alumni. I have statistics to share with you. 37 Fulbright alumni have served as heads of states or governments. 59 Fulbright alumni from 14 countries have been awarded the Nobel Prize. 71 Fulbright alumni are MacArthur Foundation Fellows, and 84 Fulbright alumni have received Pulitzer Prizes. So, becoming a Fulbrighter is a unique opportunity, and it will open other doors for you in the future. Like most common program policies, so we mentioned this is a very important and the first policy is that Fulbright program is not a Fulbright visiting scholar program is not a research program, but it will give you opportunity to get introduced to new research methods. So participants will be focusing on theoretical and practical topics such as teaching methodology, pedagogy, technology in the classroom, curriculum development, assessment strategies, educational leadership, and academic support structures. So these are things that you can mention in your study plan because it is one of the most important supporting documents to be included in your online application. Another program policy is 2-year home residency. Selected nominees will be required to return to their home country and stay for 2 years for service, which this is a J1 visa requirement. But this doesn't mean that it will restrict you to stay. Well, if there will be an opportunity for you, then you can negotiate this and you can still go outside the country. So it's also part of the evaluation to demonstrate an intention to return to your home country. So other intentions than returning to your home country will disqualify you. No dependent policy. Spouses and children cannot accompany the Iraqi scholar on their program. So eligibility criteria, the first, starting with applicants must be Iraqi citizen and living inside of Iraq throughout all steps of the program. Iraqis living outside the country are not eligible to apply. Demonstrated commitment to long-term teaching. For example, so you all know that this program is for teaching staff of universities, but if someone's having other plans after they return from the program, for example, to go to a different sector than teaching, and this will disqualify them. So commitment to classroom teaching is another eligibility, another criterion for the program. So the academic focus must be on one of the cohorts, like engineering, science, and technology, or TEFL. But you can always make correct things. For example, if your background is civil engineering, but your focus is on industrial engineering, then it's acceptable. But if you have experience in that new field, so you can always relate things. You can link things. So another eligibility criteria is that select applicants must be able to travel to the United States in June 2023 and return in September. So as it is a 10-week program. English language proficiency is another eligibility criteria, but it doesn't mean that you need to have a score in hand in order to apply. So if you don't have a score report, don't worry. The absence of a language score report will not disqualify you. In the next step, if your application is selected for further consideration, then we at Amideast will register you for a test, a TOEFL test, and the test will be covered by the program. So don't worry about English language proficiency now. You need to be proficient. You need to be able to express yourself and to have proficiency in a way to be able to get 61 of IB to TOEFL, which is equivalent to 500 in PBT TOEFL, which is equivalent to 6 in IELTS, but it doesn't mean that English language, providing an English language score is an immediate requirement. No, it is not. Many people may be discouraged to apply because they don't have a TOEFL score, but this is not the case. So if you meet the rest of the requirements and if you have your supporting documents, then feel free to submit an application. So applicants must not have applied or planning to apply for the US green card or asylum status. Applicants cannot be dual citizen of the United States and Iraq because Americans cannot apply for the program and they are not eligible. But dual citizenship of Iraq and another second country is acceptable. But Iraq and the United States is not acceptable. Applicants must be a full-time university teaching staff, Iraqi university teaching staff, having a master's and a minimum of 3 years of university-level teaching experience and a PhD and no more than 8 years of experience, because having 8 years with PhD, having more than 8 years on PhD makes you senior, and the program is more 6 for junior faculty. Program start date will be June 26, and the Parsha will be September 4th. So scholars will spend 10 weeks at their host institutions. We mentioned the activities they will be involved in, such as mentorship, observing classes, visiting labs, learning new teaching and research methods. And as we said, this is not only an academic program, which will require you to only spend your time between 4 walls of a university now, but you'll be having chance to socialize with people and get involved in other extracurricular activities and having, for example, having a dinner with a host family or visiting a government office and so on. Grantees are expected to explore new approaches to courses and course materials, also work closely with the faculty mentor at selected host university. So what does it mean by selected host university? As you are entering a merit-based competition, if you apply for the program, then it is the same for universities. Universities also apply to be a host university for Fulbright. So not all universities will be a host university, but they compete to be a host university. Grantees will be introduced to, they are expected to be introduced to theoretical and practical topics such as teaching methodology, pedagogy, technology in the classroom, curriculum development, assessment strategies, and so on. And connecting with local community is another expectation. And as we mentioned, grantees will be cultural ambassadors. That's why you will be able to serve as a resource on Iraqi history, culture, and higher education, also receiving an overview about the U.S. culture and higher education, and also visiting labs and laboratories and libraries. Also building research capacity through training on new research methods, mentoring, exposure to functional research infrastructure, and sustained collaboration with the U.S. faculty. So what support will grantees receive? So a transit allowance, which is paid by Amideast in Iraq. Also another stipend, which will be disbursed upon arrival to the United States. Travel allowance and round trip airfare from Iraq to the United States. So it includes 2 trips from your home country to the United States and from the United States back to your home country. And God forbid, if something happens to you while you are on the program, then you will be insured. There will be a health insurance for you. Furnished apartment-style accommodation, so you will be having somewhere to stay. And Fulbright alumni are eligible for professional development funds. This is another benefit, even like after returning your home country as a Fulbright alumni. So application process. So everything is online. You don't need to visit any offices or places in order to be able to submit an application. The online application system that we use for Fulbright programs is called Slate. So if you click on this link, it will take you to the online application system. It's straightforward, like any other online application system. You can first create an account and then start an application. You don't need to start an application today and submit it overnight. No, you can log in and log out many times. In order to improve the quality of your application and improve the draft of your essay, the study plan, and then contacting your recommenders, and there's a lot that you need to do. So that's why it's best to start as soon as possible. So the online application system itself is a requirement to be filled, all the mandatory fields, and there may be other optional fields. You'll figure it out from the application. For example, fields marked with a star are mandatory. Okay, so like there's a document called Iraq-specific application instructions. So it will be very helpful for you, and it is a step-by-step guide. If you cannot download a copy on the online application system, you're feel free and you're welcome to send an email to fulbright@amideast.org. The email address is on the flyer, so we will provide you with any type of counseling and guidance as well as a copy of instructions. So what's required? What are supporting documents? For example, you are required to provide 3 letters of recommendation. But for this step, 2 are mandatory, and if you will be selected in the future, you need to provide the 3rd one. But you still, okay, it's a very good question. Recommenders a recommender is anyone who knows you on a professional level. Recommenders cannot be family members, friends, or colleagues. They should be, for example, a professor who taught you in the university, or a line manager who's providing the work and knows on you. Yeah, in your department, who knows you, works with you closely. Okay, so these people can be recommenders. So from anywhere, if you have a professor, yeah, it doesn't matter. Like, they need to be someone to vouch on you and to defend you and to talk about your skills and abilities. Okay, and how to submit letters of recommendation? So I'll tell you 2 methods. So the first method, you need to go to the recommendations section on your online application and enter recommender's full name, their title, their phone number, their email address, and then the relationship with you. For example, you can say this recommender is my boss at work, or he's my current professor or a former professor. So once you click on register,